Hey there, cats and kittens. It's Deb Cook from Still Kitty Productions here with episode 4 of the Cats Meow. This week we are interviewing one of my former students. I know I'm old. Maleena. Maleena, why don't you actually tell us a little bit about who you are?
Well, I'm 19 years old, from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I'm a musician. I write my own music as well as music for my band, Chip and the Charge-Ups. And I'm a student, a music technology student at Duquesne.
Awesome. So give me a little bit of your music background. What type of instruments do you play? When did you tell us a little bit about that.
I started playing music when I was very little. I actually recently, me and my dad watched a bunch of old home videos, and pretty much from the day I was born, I was conditioned to be a musician.
We might have to steal some of those videos.
Yeah, I definitely want to make a music video using some of those clips, but pretty much ever since I was born, my dad has been playing music for me, and this guitar here I bought when I was in kindergarten, and because I just wanted to be a musician my whole life.
Oh, very cool.
When I was in 3rd grade, that was when my elementary school started introducing music classes, and we learned how to play the recorder. And I excelled way above all of my peers, and my music teacher saw that, and she got me a pamphlet for the Children's Festival Chorus of Pittsburgh. It's now called the Pittsburgh Youth Chorus.
Okay.
And so I was in that for 6 years. And that's kind of where I really discovered my love for music and wanting to do it forever.
Oh, cool.
During that time, I taught myself how to play bass, how to play guitar, and I also learned how to play viola.
Nice. So you're basically mostly string instruments then?
Yeah, I do play a little bit of piano, but because I have to learn it in school, it's my motivation just isn't there.
Yeah, I started piano first. I started piano when I was 1st grade. So I took piano lessons all through high school. And it's difficult to get fingers to do different things at the same time. I totally understand that. All right. So you're a student at Duquesne. What's your major?
Music technology.
What's that?
Well, the music technology program has 2 separate parts to it. There's sound recording and then there's composition. I am going down more the sound recording.
Okay.
With that, we get, there's a huge studio at Duquesne, which after our first semester, if we passed our final and everything, we get access to. There's a huge console, there's tons of microphones, and it's just an ideal place to learn how to record sound in a studio setting. And also with the sound recording, we will be learning how to run live sound and how to record sounds also for video games and movies and stuff like that as well.
Yeah. See, I told you, they didn't have this stuff when I was going to college. I'm really jealous of that. So you made mention that you're in a band called Chip and the Charge-Ups. And you're in that band with your dad, correct?
Yes, I am.
What is that like?
It's actually amazing. Sometimes we have our arguments here and there, but it's a lot of fun. I didn't expect to end up in a band with my dad, but he a couple years ago he was forming the band, and he just couldn't find a bassist who really fit right with the band. So I'd be like, well, I play bass, I could join, and he'd be like, well, come play a couple songs with us. And so I'd come, and then soon it would be like I'd be coming to practice every week, and then we finally got a gig, and I performed at the gig, and he said, well, would you like to be in the band?
I mean, on the plus side, pre-COVID, pretty much meant that you weren't grounded on weekends.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I mean, you were one of my students, but you're a pretty good kid. You don't get in trouble, right?
No.
You're pretty good with your parents.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, Chip and the Charge Ups, was it 2019 that you guys released Black and Gold Christmas?
Yes, 2019.
2019. If you guys haven't seen it, it's on YouTube. It's called Black and Gold Christmas. I know it's past Christmas, blah, blah, blah. But anyways, it'll get stuck in your head. You're going to love it forever. But on that, you actually got Liz Berlin from Rusted Root to perform. How was that?
Well, when we started writing the song, we had the idea to have as many Pittsburgh musicians, well-known Pittsburgh musicians, as we possibly could get. And that summer, I had been in the real-life music camp where I met Liz. And so when we were writing this song, me and my dad were just like, what if we got Liz Berlin to be on this song? We're like, oh my gosh, that'd be so awesome. So I sent her an email and we made it happen.
She's pretty good at that. I believe she ended up in a band that started out as a joke. Social Justice Disco. It was a April Fool's joke that Mandy just put on Facebook, and Liz was like, wait, when did I? Oh, okay, I guess we're doing it. And it became a thing. I mean, pretty much if you say something in front of Liz Berlin, she's going to make you do it. But, so, yeah, Real Life Music Camp, that's actually where I met you. So the Real Life Music Camp, for people who may not know, and hopefully soon we'll be able to have it again, it's a week-long camp in the summer that is opened up to young kids up to 21 maybe, or 18 or something like that. I can't remember.
I don't know, but there was Regina who was 40, I think.
Yeah.
So,
but it's a music camp where basically you spend the entire week learning how to work with other people, how to write songs, how to record the songs, how to promote yourself as a business. They work on press releases, what else? Video shoots. So you have your own photo shoot, and at the end of the week, you get to perform on the main stage at Mr. Small's. So we spend the entire day teaching etiquette, how to ask for what you need, how to get the right sound, how to perform your song instead of just playing it in front of people. So it's a wonderful week-long camp, and that's where I met Maleena. So what did you get out of it? Because I got something completely different out of it being a teacher. But what did you get out of it that kind of like pushed you to that next level?
Real Life Music Camp really just sparked my passion for being in the recording studio. That was the first experience that I had being able to record my own music other than here in my home, just like demos or whatever. So that was the first time I really got the full studio experience. And after that, I know I personally had like a passion for recording, and then that also kind of led me to want to go into the music technology, which I know Adam, who was also at the Real Life Music Camp,
yeah,
he's in my class as well.
Oh, no way!
Yeah.
Oh, tell him I said hi. That's so cool. So you go to Real Life Music Camp as a performer, singer-songwriter, performer. You fall more in love with the recording aspect. I'm assuming that's what made you also decide to start your own business?
Yeah, there was a lot of factors that went into that. After a Real Life Music Camp, I had my senior year and we had to do like a job shadow. And so I decided to job shadow Sean McDonald from Red Medicine Studios.
Okay.
And so I got to see the other end where, it's just like mixing and editing music. And so after that, that's both things led me to want to do the music technology. And once I got to be in the studio and actually like working on recording like other people or recording my friends and everything like that, that made me want to do it myself and do it for a lot of other musicians who were like I was before, who didn't have any experience with recording previously.
Okay, so you decided to start your own recording studio.
Yes.
Tell us what's your label? Who are you?
So my recording studio, it's a traveling recording studio called Maleena Dominick Recordings, and with that I have a traveling recording rig that I just bought. I have several microphones, I have an interface, I have my laptop, I've got some studio monitors and a keyboard. And with that, I will be able to travel anywhere to any client's home or dorm or any location of their choice so that they can feel more comfortable.
Okay.
I am hoping to work with a lot of young girls who are starting and to be able to help them to form their song and put in, if they just have vocals and guitar, put in keyboards, program some drums, and then be able to turn that into a high quality recording and then be able to put that on CD Baby so that they're able to distribute it to Spotify and Apple Music and anywhere else.
That sounds awesome. So, you've got your own recording studio. Anything coming out new from you?
Yeah, I was just in, not my recording studio, but I was just in the Keep Recording, which is in Colorado. And I got to record 3 songs, and I'm planning on recording 2 or 3 more to put out an EP sometime, hopefully this summer.
Very cool. So, Colorado. Why Colorado?
So how this originally all came about is about a year ago, I saw a sponsored ad for a songwriting competition thing. It was from Robbie's Hope, and they are an organization that raises awareness about mental health and tries to show ways that we can prevent teen suicide. And so they were looking for songs about living in a COVID world. And so I decided to submit my song Don't Forget Me about how I had to miss out on my senior year because of COVID and everything, and I ended up winning the music category. And with that, I won a free trip to Colorado and a free session in the recording studio.
Wow, Colorado. I mean, did you get to be outside? Did you get to
Yeah.
see it?
Yeah, it was the most beautiful place I've ever been.
Awesome. So you touched on Robbie's Hope. You're an ambassador with them?
Yeah.
What is that? What does that mean?
With being an ambassador, you get a lot of resources and you have a goal to go out and just educate as many people as you can about mental health and how to prevent suicide and see the warning signs. And they have a ton of handbooks that are free on their website if you can download them. They have one is the adult handbook, is how teens want adults to handle their mental health. And then the second one is the technology handbook, which is about how phones and the internet affects mental health. And
okay.
So
we'll put up that information. We'll put that link up there, Wesley.
So we just hand out the handbooks and just spread all the information that we can. And I know they have about 2,000 ambassadors across the country also doing the same thing for the same goal.
Okay. So is there a particular reason why Robbie's Hope has, your heart?
Yeah, I've struggled a lot with anxiety over the past couple years, and, not really having my parents understand, having other adults understand, and their organization is a lot focused on educating adults on how to help teens. And I know I've had a lot of friends who have dealt with the same thing. So just in hopes to educate everybody so they can handle this better. And their goal is to cut suicide rates in half by 2028.
That's very awesome. the main thing is, I always say that everybody's crazy, but not everybody's diagnosed. What I'm saying is we all have our things. We all have either anxiety or insecurity or something. And I think we need to stop hiding behind, what will people think. I think once we make this a mainstream topic where, when you say, hey, how's your day? So your friend can actually say, well, honestly, I'm struggling with today, this today. When we get to that place, I think that's when all of those numbers are going to decrease.
I agree.
So why don't we take a break, let you get set up, and we'll hear a couple songs from you. And then we'll have a couple more questions, and we'll be good.
All right.
Awesome. Let's see, how long will we...
The first song that I'm going to play is called I Can't Find You. And this is the song that I recorded at Real Life Music Camp. It is off of my debut album, Bruises to Prove It, which is available on all streaming platforms. So here it is. My doubts true. I can't find you. I can't find my way home. I can't see through all the clouds and storms, and I can't see that I'm better off alone. Well, I can't find you. I can't find my way home, and all the time we spent apart, it never healed my broken heart. And all these words I sing are true, but I don't wanna be with you. Well, I can't find you. I can't find my way home. I can't see through all the clouds and storms, and I can't see that I'm better off alone. Well, I can't find you. I can't find my way home. Well, I can't find you. I can't find my way home. I can't see through all the clouds and storms, and I can't see that I'm better off alone. Well, I can't find you. I can't find my way home. Well, I can't find you. I can't find my way home. I can't see through all the clouds and storms, and I can't see that I'm better off alone. Well, I can't find you. I can't find my way home.
Yay!
Thank you.
It took every bit of energy not to sing those harmonies with you. Like, well, you just had a birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of a bummer birthday compared to last year.
Definitely.
Last year, you had your 18th birthday party at Hambones, correct?
Mm-hmm.
I was actually there. I was invited. Yay, I'm cool. But yeah, you did a show with Chip and the Charge Ups for your 18th birthday.
Mm-hmm.
That was a really rad time. I was in the crowd singing the harmonies to that song with you. So, just so you know.
Yeah.
I mean, the record or the album, the CD, whatever you want to call it. I know I'm old. From that year of Real Life record or Real Life Music Camp is actually in my CD player in my car. It's been in there since I had it. It's in slot number 2, just so you know. So yeah, like I listen to all of that music quite often. So
Yeah, that was such a fun time, and
Yes.
all the music turned out so good from that.
I mean, it was probably, I think, my favorite year. And I know I've only done it 2 years, but I think 2019 was my favorite year. So
Yeah, it was a blast. Well, I'm going to play another song from my album, Bruises to Prove It. And I had talked about being a student at Duquesne during our conversation. And this song was written before I really knew what I wanted to do. It was kind of about finding my place, and this is called Homesick.
okay, cool.
I've been waiting all this time, wishing I could press rewind. Don't wanna leave it all behind. Don't wanna leave it all behind. 'Cause all I want is peace of mind. Yeah, you got me flying through the air. Don't know where I'm going, but I don't care. Yeah, you got me homesick, homesick, but I don't know where home is. Home is. I will travel the whole world around, but sometimes things are lost and never found. Yeah, you got me homesick, homesick, but I don't know where home is. Home is. I've been waiting for this day, but all the memories washed away. That's just the price I'll pay. That's just the price I'll pay. 'Cause I just want to find my place. Yeah, you got me flying through the air. Don't know where I'm going, but I don't care. Yeah, you got me homesick, homesick, but I don't know where home is. Home is. I will travel the whole world around, but sometimes things are lost and never found. Yeah, you got me homesick, homesick. where I am going, but I don't care. Yeah, you got me homesick, homesick, but I don't know where home is. Home is. I will travel down the world around, but sometimes things are lost and never found. Yeah, you got me homesick, homesick, but I don't know where home is. Home is.
Yay!
Yeah.
So you said you were kind of like feeling a little homesick, but you didn't really know where you were going, what you were doing. Was that because you were transitioning like from like high school to college, or was it the COVID thing, or was it a combination of like?
Well, actually, this was written before COVID. This was when I was in high school.
Okay.
And in high school, I just felt so out of place, and I was feeling homesick, because I just felt that, like, this isn't where I belong. Like, it just, the lyrics are, I don't know where I'm going, but I don't care. And it's like how I felt like anywhere but here could be better.
That explains me 100%.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I was growing up, you couldn't tell me anything. I was 5 years old and I was leaving for college. I had no idea what college was, but I knew I was leaving Connellsville. Like I knew it. And so pretty much everything in my life, I didn't know where I was going. I didn't know what that next step was, but everything I was doing was trying to leave because I knew that I didn't fit there. And like now that I'm in a bigger city and I'm around, multiple different types of people, I'm like, oh yeah, this is home.
Mm-hmm.
This is where I'm supposed
Yeah.
to be. Like I knew at the age of 5 that I did not belong where I grew up.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's kind of like, that's what I feel when I heard that.
Yeah.
So yes, I totally understand you. All right. Well, what's the next song? We talked a little bit about like you're in a band with your dad, but there's other people in your family as well. Who's in your family besides you and your dad?
My mom and my brother.
You have a older brother or younger brother?
He's younger. He's 17.
17. Oh, so like not much younger. So
No.
Now, is he into music too, or is he into his own thing?
He doesn't even listen to music.
He doesn't even listen to music?
No. I don't understand how we were raised by the same parents, and he doesn't even listen to music.
I wouldn't understand. He might be adopted. I'm kidding. I
remember when he was born. I'm pretty sure he's not.
Okay. I always wished I was adopted, but I look too much like my parents to not be theirs. All right, you got one more for us?
Yeah, I got one more song, and I had talked about this song when I was saying about the Robbie's Hope. I have previously released this as a single, but my new recording of it will be on my EP coming out this summer. This is called Don't Forget Me.
Okay.
All in all, I have nothing left to say, nothing I can
That's awesome.
Thank you.
And you recorded that in Denver, you said?
Yes, I did.
Like re-recorded it?
Yeah.
Because it was already recorded.
Yeah.
I'm not prepared. You're the star of the show.
All right.
So.
This is my father, and Chip from Chip and the Charge-Ups. We're gonna play a song for you from our most recent album. This is called Iced Tea and Lemonade.
I knew it.
Two strong spirits just found on our own. Don't need others to make us feel whole. Cool, independent, so perfectly made. We're separate flavors, and darling, you're lemonade. I'm iced tea, you're lemonade. You're lemonade. Stir up so well, but put together we're tasty as hell. What took so long for this match to be made? A fresh concoction, and darling, you're lemonade. I'm iced tea, you're lemonade. You're lemonade. Spirits, once solitary, but now we're blended and truly complete. You're lemonade, I'm iced tea, you're lemonade. You're lemonade, I'm iced tea, you're lemonade. You're
I heard that song for the first time at your 18th birthday party.
Needed. It was at the reunion from Real Life Music Camp.
No, I heard it before then.
Before then?
I did hear it before then. I'm pretty sure you sang at your birthday party.
Yeah, the reunion for Real Life Music Camp was before my birthday party.
Was it?
Yes, because
Don't make me math.
I handed out all the invitations to my party.
At the Real Life Music
Yes.
Camp thing. Yes, you're right. I'm old, you're young. I get it. All right. We talked a little bit about, your background and everything, but who are some of the musicians or bands that kind of molded the sound that you like? Like, what influenced you? What musicians?
My biggest musical influence is Butch Walker, actually. He's got a lot of the pop punk stuff, which is like Chip and the Charge-Ups, and some of the singer-songwriter music, and my dad introduced me to his music from my childhood, and so I've just always loved his music and felt inspired by it.
Okay.
I just love the emotion that he has in his music and how real it is, and he's not afraid to leave out any details or not tell the truth. Everything is just very raw and honest.
Just bare in his soul.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, very cool. So we're getting down into the last couple of questions. You're a vegan.
Yes.
What's that like? I mean, how did that happen? Because I know some people, it's about cruelty to animals. Some people, it's, my body just feels better that way. So what's it for you?
Well, 6 years ago is when I stopped eating meat. I stopped eating meat because of the cruelty for animals. I saw a BuzzFeed video called People Kill Their Food for the First Time. And it just disturbed me so much, especially I was 13 years old and I was like, oh, I don't like that.
I went through a vegetarian phase when I was like about your age, like 17, 18. I remember I wasn't gonna eat any meat. And my parents got really, really mad at me about it. And mind you, this was many, many years ago, and vegetarianism and veganism was not a thing when I was 18 years old. And I was doing a really good job, but apparently I didn't realize that the suede jacket that I really, really wanted to wear was the same thing as the eating of the meat. So my parents basically said, if you don't eat meat, we're not getting you the jacket. So,
Yeah.
So way to be supportive, Mom.
Well, my mom was very supportive. My mom has been a vegetarian for 20 some years. I think she said about 2001 that she stopped eating meat. So she was very supportive of me becoming a vegetarian. And I always wanted to become a vegan, but it's really hard, especially in Pittsburgh. There's
cheese on everything.
Yeah, there's not too many options for becoming a vegan. So at that age, I just couldn't do it. And then when I was about 15, 16, I became lactose intolerant.
That makes it easier.
Yeah, it made it a lot easier to cut out dairy, and then about a year ago, I cut out all the other products too, anything with eggs, anything that had any kind of dairy in it, and still decided not to eat meat. It's been pretty hard in Pittsburgh, but when I went to Colorado, I was in heaven.
Yeah, they've got granola everywhere out there.
Yeah. Every single restaurant we went to, except for when we first got off the plane, we just went through a drive-thru for breakfast, but every single restaurant we went to had vegan options or was a vegan-only restaurant.
Yeah. I mean, that's the one thing that I noticed in Pittsburgh. It's really hard if you have a special diet. I think, I don't know, a bunch of years ago, a friend of mine, we were going to actually have a gluten-free coffee shop. Because there still really isn't a place for someone who has a gluten allergy to actually go in and eat like those home cooked, those Southern comfort kind of meals, and that was what we were trying to do. We were gonna make like chicken noodle soup. Like my friend who's been gluten free for like a gazillion years, like she doesn't get fried fish, or things that so yeah, it's really, Pittsburgh is really a meat and potato kind of town. Or pizza. You can get pizza anywhere in Pittsburgh. But have you found a restaurant that can give you a vegan pizza?
Well, I know you can get at Pizza Hut. They can take the cheese off, and they have Beyond Sausage now. So that's pretty cool.
That's a step up.
Yeah, the cheese is probably going to be a while. I know at Blaze Pizza they do offer a vegan cheese substitute. It's not the best cheese, but it's getting there. So those two places have vegan alternatives, and so I'm glad to see it going in a positive direction.
Yeah, definitely. I dated a vegetarian once, and I had no problem being vegetarian. I can go and eat meat or not eat meat, but the hardest thing I think is the cheese.
Yes, that's the one thing that there's not an alternative for. Like ice cream, there's plenty of non-dairy alternatives.
Which Burgatory does a pretty good job of having alternatives.
Yeah, definitely. They have the Beyond Burger. They have
soy shake
shakes that are vegan. But the
vegan cheese.
The pizza is just the one thing that it's just not quite there.
Not quite there yet. You need the melty factor,
Mm-hmm.
and they haven't quite found a good melty vegan cheese. So you made mention that you were a part of this thing called SOS. What was that? Tell me about that.
So the band Royal Honey, Eric from that band, I believe he's the main guy in all of this. He started this project for a bunch of different Pittsburgh bands. There was 60 different artists from 27 different Pittsburgh bands who came together and recorded on this one song. That also included Liz Berlin. And so everybody got to sing a part on this song and be a part in the video, and they're raising money to give to concert venues around Pittsburgh to just help support, because we've lost a lot of concert venues through COVID. And
we're going to put that link here.
Yeah. To just support and hopefully not lose any more concert venues, and just hopefully get back to having concerts someday soon.
I know. It's been kind of scary, just watching venue after venue just shut their doors. And, most people don't really understand just the impact that COVID has had on musicians. A lot of people, this has been their livelihood, and they've not been able to play a single show in almost a year now. I know that it affected me mental health wise, not being able to go to a show and see my friends, and doing this is fine and watching it is fine, but like for me, I actually get to sit here and feel the music, and I miss that. These venues here in Pittsburgh, they're run by people like you and me. Liz Berlin, Mike Speranzo, they're just normal folk who really want the best for local musicians. And, so if you guys can do anything you can to reach out and help stop the shutting down of our music venues, we'd greatly appreciate that. But, that's a home for us. I think everybody has their favorite venue, their favorite local venue. That place that makes you feel like home. Mine is Mr. Smalls. I don't know. What's your venue that is home to you?
Definitely Mr. Smalls. It used to be Altar Bar before that shut down. But
Altar Bar. I remember Altar Bar. My brother did a show at Altar Bar. Opened up for Tim Reynolds. You are definitely too young for that show. So we're going to take this opportunity. Here's your soapbox. What is something that you want us to know? Something about you, or something that you're very passionate about. Here's your time to stand on the soapbox.
Well, if I have a chance to say anything, I just want to talk about all the hard work that I've put into my music, and hopefully put some perspective into everybody who listens to my music or is watching this right now. And just talk about the recording process, because I think a lot of people don't understand all that goes into putting out an album. But for my album, Bruises to Prove It, it was about a 2-year process, even longer if you consider that the first song that I wrote for that album, I wrote about a year before that. But it was 2018, and I had just gotten back from Warped Tour, of course.
Yeah.
And I was I saw all these artists doing what I love to do the most, what I want to do the most. And I was I'm never going to get there if I don't put out music, if I don't work really hard. So that summer, I got a job at JCPenney, and I worked there for 2 years, saved up all my money. I saved up all my money that I made from playing shows, just all the money that I could save up. I sat in here actually at the desk, at the recording desk that I have, every single Monday night, and I wrote a new song for 2 years. And in January of 2020, I was ready to start choosing the songs and going into the studio. So I chose my 6 songs that I felt were best. I took all the money that I had saved up. I was hoping to record in Mr. Small's studio, but COVID hit and everything became crazy.
Yep.
But Innovation Studios, after a couple weeks of being shut down, I think about 6 weeks, Mike was able to open back up, and it was the perfect opportunity for me to be able to go in and record. And it took 5 days in the studio.
That's not bad. That's a good job.
Thank you.
You were in there ready to go.
Yeah, AM to PM, just working really hard, recording, listening to the mixes, seeing whatever my dad could add because he came with me, and whatever Mike, the producer, could add. And that also, this all being said, that is what I'm hoping to do someday with my life.
Yeah.
So it's just something that I'm really passionate about. It's just that process of recording.
Yes.
And so I hope that, if somebody is listening to my album or listening to my music, they can see all the hard work that I put into that.
You literally, you are putting yourself in the position, you are gaining the knowledge so that eventually you will be able to do every single aspect of the music thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know that I taught you about promotions during real life music camp, and I see how you're promoting and the skills that you literally are trying to be able to be everything.
Yeah.
And that's awesome, because I think it's important to know all of the aspects, whether or not you may be super good in one area and only want to stick with one area. It's good to know the other aspects and how they all work together, how promoting helps with money and helps with, all these different things. So I think that's awesome that you want to know it all.
Thank you.
But it's cool, I don't know, it's just, music is a passion of mine, just like you. And I feel like I'm sort of the same way. Like, once I find something that I love, I want to jump into it, like, feet first, and just completely, be covered in it, Mm-hmm. And I think that makes you a better guitarist or a better business person when you understand everything that goes around to do that. So, alrighty. I want to thank Maleena Dominick, who also is a member of Chip and the Charge Ups, for being our 4th guest. We're up to number 4. Yay! I want to thank everybody who has been on this crazy ride, who have been watching this and have been liking and subscribing. Please do so. And if you are interested in being interviewed, please reach out to us at the Still Kitty page on Facebook or at my email at stillkittyproductions@gmail.com, and we'll try to get you hooked up. I want to thank Wesley, who, I don't know if we can see him this time. We can see him this time. Poor Wesley has been sitting in the middle of the floor the whole time, but at least it wasn't 6 hours like our last episode. And if you want to find Maleena's information, here's all of the places you can find her, all the YouTubes, all of the Facebook and Instagram. And am I over here? Can I be over here?
No, you'll be on the bottom.
I'm on the bottom?
We'll put her stuff on the top, your stuff on the bottom.
Alright, so my stuff is going to be down here. And if you're interested in being a part of this and want to be interviewed, please reach out to me at either the Still Kitty page, or you can reach out to me at stillkittyproductions@gmail.com. There's going to be a lot of bloopers. Bye.